CV104.3. I love that song. B.B. King, Eric Clapton. Yes, we know you're riding with the king. 9:39, 21 before 10. Fitz in the morning, taking you genre by genre all over the music spectrum. Best music on the radio, real music for real music fans. We thank you for spreading the word. Speaking of the king, the water king, my buddy Rick Allen from Crystal Clear Home, the parent company Pure Elements, on the phone with me. Good morning, King.
Good morning, Fitz. How are you?
I'm good, Rick. How are you, man?
I'm having a great day so far. Thanks for asking.
That's a spectacular thing. Summertime is just churning. We're so busy in the desert, and everyone's just getting ready for, you know what happens out here the last part of the year, and it's going to be here before we know it. So
yep.
There's a great energy happening. I just feel it. And there's so many new people coming to town, and of course, a desert trip is not that far away, and the eyes of the world are on the Coachella Valley. Everyone's finding out about our music mecca out here, and they're all talking about Crystal Clear Home and how they're sick of hearing about pharmaceuticals in the drinking water, carcinogens, chlorine, chromium-6, all that stuff that you have the magic potion for.
Well, it's not really magic. I think it's just a lot of engineering and a lot of years and a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm.
It gets more challenging every day. They throw another curveball at us, so we just adjust.
There you go. So what's happening this morning?
Well, I thought I'd just do a refresher for everybody about what they should be looking for in a total property system in the valley in terms of home water systems. So.
Cool.
You and I have talked about the 5 really critical things. This is not all-inclusive. There are a lot of other benefits, but I just thought I'd do a quick rundown on those again so that anybody who wants to improve their water out there has the ability to know what to look for, because that's an important starting point.
All right, go for it.
So, the first thing, and my biggest passion is to get the chemicals and things out of the bath and shower water.
Yep.
Everything we got going on, the chlorine and the disinfection byproducts, which are largely considered carcinogenic, they're all aerosol. They're all in our steam. We absorb those readily through our skin and also through breathing. And then, those are 2 direct shots into the body versus me giving you a glass of water where you can actually have at least some filtration with the digestive tract and the organs and things. So the first and foremost thing is to effectively get the chemicals out of both the bathing experience and those things. They don't stay relegated to the shower stall. They hang out in the house for 2 to 3 hours after a bath or a shower. So that's my number one priority from a health-related standpoint. Although we can't make formal health claims, it just makes sense. And obviously, if anybody has sensitivity to drying agents like chlorine and those different things, which dries out hair and skin and everything else, removing those things from the bathing experience is going to give everybody a much better situation when they take their shower or bath.
Sure.
So and then the drinking water. You got to have protection from the heavy metals in our valley. Arsenic and chromium-6 are high on the radar right now. Arsenic being more naturally occurring, chromium-6 being a combination of naturally occurring and industrial waste byproducts. And I think you're seeing the big stir in the valley right now with everybody in the water, all the water agencies scrambling to try to figure out how to get the chromium-6 out of the well water because there are new regulations that have come in terms of the feds. So you want to make sure you have that out of your drinking water, as well as the gaseous chemicals, the chlorine, and those disinfection byproducts we talked about and everything. You got to have a good tasting water, too. That's really important.
Yeah.
So you want to have that at every faucet in the house, which is done with good whole house filtration. And you want to leave the minerals in, and you want something slightly alkaline in pH at least, and nothing acidic like standard reverse osmosis drinking water systems create. So the drinking water is the second priority. And then not so much on the health front, but you want to reduce the hard water issues without the use of the nasty salt-based water softener whenever possible. And so you want to protect your plumbing and your tankless water heaters and your fixtures and appliances from the really costly and unsightly scale that occurs, which is really the calcium content in the valley. And you want better dishwashing and laundry, and you want to be able to use less soaps and less detergents. And you should be able to do that, and you should be able to accomplish that without having to suffer the slippery or slimy feeling, that happens when you add salt with a traditional water softener. And then moving into the total property side of things, everybody has pools or at least water features and fountains, and that's tricky in our desert climate because the water evaporates and that concentrates the minerals, and you get more staining and more stuff going on. So you want to do everything you can to reduce the scale at the water line in the pools.
Yeah, it looks gnarly. It just looks dirty and filthy.
Yeah, it can be really unsightly, and you want to keep your pool looking great. But just as importantly, you need to protect the pumps and the infrastructure and all of that because the hard water just eats that alive too. And
a lot of people don't think.
Be very expensive.
A lot of people don't think about that. The what that does to the pipes and the corrosion and everything else. So, I mean, Rick, I can attest to everything that you're saying, and Wendy and I put our money where our mouths are, and believe in this crystal clear home water filtration system big time. I always tell you when we're out and about, oftentimes because we've been talking about your great product for many, many years and have been using it. And they go, does that really work? And we go, of course it does. Yes.
Well, that brings us to the last thing, which we did something really cool in your new pad. These systems, they backwash, and it's very important that in any of this global situation to help on a total property basis, it's very important that you address the irrigation also. And although we've got desert landscape going on, which it should use less water and things, you should be able to protect your irrigation system and that infrastructure from hard water issues, and you should be able to achieve a reduction in water usage and fertilizer and keep everything live and vibrant. But these systems, any good system that you would put in, always should have an automatic self-cleaning feature. Mm-hmm. And so that expels a little bit of water, and that water is actually great quality water. You're gonna catch me on YouTube drinking that stuff because it's just because it goes backwards through there. It's very heavily treated.
I thought that was great. Wendy told me that you explained that to her, and I thought that was a great new feature that you've added to that. So,
well, on your house now, that water is being used to irrigate, and so that's saving. And that essentially makes that system a zero water use system also. So environmentally, that's really cool.
Well, thank you so much for explaining this and for hooking us up, Rick Allen. We encourage everyone to get in contact with you, 346-4850, 346-4850. And Rick will be happy to come out and meet with you and answer any questions that you might have. You can check them out online at crystalclearhome.com. And yes, it really does work. crystalclearhome.com for your health, for just great tasting, clean, worry-free water so you don't have to think about it, what could be in your drinking water. 346-4850, plus all the other benefits that Rick just outlined. Rick, always a pleasure. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next week.
Hey, Fitz, I totally appreciate it. You have a great rest of your day.
You too, Rick. Make it a terrific Thursday.
All right. Rock and roll.
Thanks so much.
If you live in the Coachella Valley in Palm Desert, La Quinta, Indian Wells, Palm Springs, Cathedral City, Indio, Desert Hot Springs, Coachella, or Rancho Mirage, you already know that you have water problems. We're here to help you, and we look forward to hearing from you, so please call us at the number below.